You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. Here's today's comic. Hawkman, number 10. Impact in 3, 2, 1. Hey man, this is a freaking fantastic comic. I'm trying something new today. I get on my I get on my comics in the paper format, physical floppy format. But I decided what I'm going to do, because I really love reading my books on my iPad. Until you have a gigantic screen like this. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I can read it. Don't have to worry about my fingers being dirty. Don't have to worry about it crumpling, whatever. I don't have to worry about light, and that's one of the reasons I also wanted to do this video, because I don't have to worry about lighting. There's no glare. Everything shows up nice and crisp. I can zoom, it's fantastic. So why not? I mean, messing with the paper is just tougher. So I'm going to try it this way. And you're like, gosh, why don't you just do it on a computer like so many other people do, have the digital copy? Well, yeah, but first of all, I'm not at home right now, so I just don't want to mess with my computer. And second of all, it actually takes longer to do. Now, I mean, you make up for it with nicer production values and so forth. But honestly, you're probably not watching this video for production values, right? Anyways. So to do twice as much time into doing a properly edited digital video, I like to be able to just do the handheld. I can be spur of the moment, non-scripted. I know it hurts. I know there's downsides to it. So yeah. So this is Hawkman number 10. I just want to get to it now. This is a freaking fantastic book. I know my boy Bats just did a review of this book. I've held off watching it because his subtitle, or his... Really, dogs? Come on. The subtitle tells me that, he really loved it and everything, and I was like, I gotta stay away. I usually watch his videos first, maybe sometimes, if he contradicts. So I want to see if maybe he had a different point of view or whatever. But I'm still battling. 2 minutes into the video. Sorry. This is what a comic book should be. Holy crap! If you're not reading Hawkman, skip that Superman shit. Here's the alternate cover. Here's another thing too. I can show both covers. I got the alternate cover. If you're not reading Hawkman, for the love of Pete, why are you not? It is the best book at DC. I argue it's the best. Well, most DC books are better than Marvel, so it's obviously better than Marvel. This is the best mainstream comic. There might be some got this word digital in my head. There might be some indie books out there that are fantastic, because a lot of the really good creators, if they don't move off to like movies and TV, they move off to indies, because when you make a name for yourself, the low page rates from Marvel, and even the better page rates from DC aren't enough. This is why Image started in the first place, right? Because you had these big talents drawing name for themselves and then not making as much as they could. So a lot of the bigger guys might go off and make their own books. Obviously Robert Kirkman wouldn't write for Deep Marvel or DC, right? And he's making huge bucks over there at Image. So I'm still babbling. Sorry, I need to get to this book. If you're not reading this book, you need to. You need to. Here's the credits. Just so I always like to make sure everyone gets credits. Robert Venditti is the new Jeff Johns. I'm calling it. Now, I'm not a big fan of Brian Hitch. And on the off chance that Brian might ever be watching this video, it's not that I don't think he's a stellar artist. In fact, in this book, I'm just saying the opposite of everything. He draws his ass off. The art in this book, from a objective standpoint as a craft, is fantastic. This is probably some of his best work that I've seen. Not that I've seen his stuff. My saying where I'm not a fan of his work is, and I think it might actually have to do more with some of the inking, which I think Hitch inks himself a lot. I do not like this heavy, blotchy inking. It's an aesthetic that bothers me, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. This is Cataclysm Part 3, London Falling. So let's get on. And we last left off Edom, the arch rival essentially to Hawkman, has come. He's brought his Deathbringers, which we thought were these giant robots. Look at how big these things are. I mean, these are like bigger. These are like miles high. They're ginormous. But actually the Deathbringers are these guys. These essentially Hawkmen. They've come to destroy Earth. Edom calls Hawkman the Great Betrayer because he is the original Doombringer, and he used to lead all these things. Spoiler alert. Just, if you haven't read it, man, you gotta. I just spoiled a big part of the origin story, issues 1 through 7. Go get them. The trade paper or the back issues are cheap. They're probably cover price. You can wait for the trade if you want, but I'm telling you, this is the best series. Anyway, so he's got him. He's chokeholding him, and your nightmares are made real. Not even death can end them for you. You're right. It's hopeless. And he click, and it's bats. Look, I got a notification of bats. He knocks him away. His wings spring forward. But I'm still going to fight you. Then we get this nice classic sort of hero-villain banter. What do you fight for? The worlds where you lived, the simple creatures who inhabit them? We were warriors together in service of a mighty god. Your soft ways, you betrayed the Deathbringers, betrayed me. The raids, the killings, whether I realize it or not, I've spent all my lives and all the millennia trying to earn forgiveness from the dead. And he goes on. And then we see Xanadu shows up. A fine mess you brought to West End, Carter. And he's like, no, I didn't read the whole thing. He's, I'll show you my heart. And I always love it. I find this interesting. I'm not criticizing this, but I think it's a very interesting trope of comics and movie villains and just like sort of. These guys are evil. They're okay with like wiping billions and billions of people off, taking their life. But then they get all high and mighty. It's like, you betrayed me. Like, betrayal is worse to them. It's like, why are you have no right to be mad at anyone for anything. How are you to judge morality? You're pissed off because he turned his back on you? Like, it's so funny. Oh, I guess, but that's kind of what evil is, right? Selfishness, hypocrisy, all these bad traits. So they're fighting, blah, 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 blah. Zip past here. So she's, calls him or Carter or whatever. He's like, he's none of those name sorcerers. He's the Great Betrayer. And then he cries out Xanadu, and Edom's realizes, oh, you care for her. Let him know the sorrow of seeing your skull crushed by my mace. Yikes. And then it's like, whoop, the mace comes back. You have warships, Edom. You command an army. But the mace listens to me. Bam. No more innocent blood shall be shed because of me. Then you truly are reformed, body and heart. I wonder, hero. Can you save all of them? And it's just chaos and bedlam and just everyone run, dear God, and there's Deathbringers coming from the sky, just swooping people up. And we see a big shot from the city. That's just so cool. And he's just like, I'll die trying one more time, maybe the final time. And he's about to, I love this crouch, and he's just about to leap. And then he does. And I was just like, where's the sword? I was waiting. I was like waiting for him to just be shouting, Soar. Oh, Robert Von Venditti missed a little opportunity there. But it doesn't matter. That's stupid. And then he comments, I've lived as many different men. Qatar, general of the Deathbringer Horde. Qatar Hall, wingman of Thanagar. And he's bashing. He's up there fighting all these guys. Avion, hero of the microverse. And he's grabbing someone. Hold tight, don't drop me. Qatar All, scientist and chronicler of Krypton. he throws his mace, and it's just like whap, 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 whap. And then all these people start falling. And he swoops down. Someone grab someone. You want me to what? Do it. And today I'm just Carter Hall. I am Hawkman. And he's swinging down, and he's just got these chain of people, and he's having them like all grab each other. And I'm telling you, man, one man. I was getting choked up, and you see him swoop up, and he's hovering and letting the people down with the world to keep safe. And you're just like, holy shit, like, okay, Hawkman, like, I get it, you're a good hero, but you're still sort of a dude with a mace. All of you, get out of the streets. Thank you, Hawkman. And then just look in the background. Just bravo, Brian, for taking the time to draw all this detail. And then he's like, oh, no, don't think about your past selves, Carter. Don't let another time slip away. And I was like, oh, shit, right in the middle of the climax, he's going to slip into another time stream. And he manages to will it off somehow, and he stays. Fight! I am Carter Hall, and he throws his mace. Comes back, I am Hawkman. Deathbringers to me! And he's just going to town. Just a massive fight, and they finally get a lick into him, and then they swarm him and tackle him to the ground, and you can see his wings look like they're breaking here, and you see Edom. And is this just me? Am I imagining things? It's been many, many years since I've seen it, but is this a Easter egg reference to Flash Gordon, the movie, 1980? It feels like it. Maybe I'm imagining it. Oh, and I love this shot. Just all these Deathbringers, and that's the toe of the Sentinel bot thing. That's how big that thing is. And he says, I am Carter Hall. Give him fury. Give him hate. I am Hawkman. He keeps repeating it over. Oh, I love this shot here. Revenge is ours. Really, dog? Come on. Sorry. Revenge is ours. One man alone can be defeated. And it's just like, oh no. Our boy Hawkman, what's going to happen? But you feel something's coming down, and he's just sliding to a stop. Edom looks triumphant. The fight is done, Qatar, but your trial is only beginning. In that ageless place that you banished us to, the Lord beyond the void told us of the bargain that you struck, the debt that you owed. And this is all part of the origin story, 1 through 7. I'm not going to keep going. And let's see. It says, you failed. I've made it so. Earth falls today, and it falls because of you. Next come Thanagar, and Ran, and Andrino, and Starhaven, Tebris. I won't stop. The bloods on your hand will be 1,000-fold, because you alone can never stop me. I see it now, Edom. I see it. I've spent this life and many others digging through my history, my exploration, bringing discoveries. The past calling me backwards revealed truths. I thought this past was trying to call me back to today. It was calling, but it was calling for me to do something else. And I have you to thank for that. And I'm not going to spoil more of the dialogue. It's really freaking great. But Edom's like, what nonsense is this? And he goes off, and he's more dialogue explaining what's going to happen. And he's like, I thought I had to be a weapon, but I realized I need to be an army. And he's like, oh, and you see that same sound he was making when the Flash, and you can see the lights, right? He's going, the time slip. I am one man. And I am more. And there's every single Hawkman that's ever been. Just comes into existence. He brings them to his time. Because this is the final time stream, right? There's no more times for him to go. It's just, I was like, holy shit. And look at this. Brian Hitch, bravo. This is stellar. So they all come, and then the Dom's like, it can't be. You have an army, and they're all you? How can this be? And then he explains blah, 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 and he's like, if it's war you want, it's war you will have. Next, blood red skies. And looks like he stabs Hawkman. This is the end of the book. And I realize I just spoiled a bunch of stuff for you, but you either have read this book or you haven't. And if you had intended on reading it, I'm sure you weren't going to watch this video ahead of time, just like I didn't watch Bat's video. And if you weren't intending on reading it, I didn't really take a sale away. If anything, I really hope I give a sale because this book you need to buy. I cannot reiterate this enough to you. Hawkman, number 10. It's easy to get these back issues. I got a little teary-eyed reading this, and I was listening to, I always like to put on some score music in the background or something, some sort of movie music. I'll go into that in another video. But I had the perfect music playing for this. It was so epic. It's I love this book. This is one of the best books. This is one of the top 10 books I have read since getting back into comics back in 2018. It's fan-freaking-tastic, and this is one of the best series of comics, not just since I've been back in comics, that I've ever read. I don't want to hype this book up too much for you. I really don't, because inevitably, no matter how good something is, you hype it up that much. People go in thinking they're going to read the greatest thing ever, and then they're like, it's not that good. It's like those people that go, I read Dark Knight Returns. It was okay. It's like, I read Watchmen. It was just okay. I don't want you to do that, but how else do I hype it? It's a double-edged sword, right? I want to hype it up for you, but it's good. It's worth your money. Just know that. Fantastic. Bravo, Robert Mindy. Bravo, Brian Hitch. Bravo, everyone that's worked on this book. Bravo, DC, for publishing this book. Please, please, please do not cancel it. This is what we want. Move the needle on this book. Please recommend this book to other people. # move the needle. Word of mouth is so crucial in the comic book industry. They don't have money to spend on marketing, things like that. We as comic fans control what books sell and what books don't sell by talking to each other and saying, hey, this is amazing, you need to buy it. And this is one of the top books. This belongs on everyone's pull list. If you like superhero comics, this is it. 17 minutes in. I'm trying to keep my video short, but I'm sorry. I love this one. Like and subscribe. Give me feedback below. Tell me if this format works for you, or if you I need paper, Ash. I need digital imagery of paper. Or if you just want to laugh at me for using a phone to take images of a digital image. I don't care. Thanks for watching. Go buy Hawkman.